Alright guys, I'm with the engineers and product managers from Quick Attach, and today we're going to see if we can destroy their Extreme Brush Mower. Is that right, guys?
That's right.
So let's just do this thing. Okay, Xander, go ahead and take over interviewing Shane for me. You seem to like these so much. We're back with Shane, the engineer from Quick Attach that's been an engineer for 19 years building these things, guys. And the first thing that I noticed right away is this is much heavier duty than I would have ever guessed right out of the gate. Is this your heaviest duty model?
This is the heaviest mower that we make, yes, by far.
Now this is a brush mower.
Yeah, we call it a brush mower. You know, if you're really going to be in the business of taking out trees, you need to have some kind of mulcher. Yep. But with this brush mower, you can definitely take out trees.
So do you need a forestry kit on your piece of equipment with this unit?
Yeah, we do recommend it.
This is a different setup than what I've noticed before, and you're doing a really good job interviewing him, by the way, Xander. I mean, just you're top notch. I mean, isn't he doing good, Shane?
I should really get a job. I'll be new Jay Leno.
Yes, you are. I mean, let's see what your next word of wisdom is for Shane.
So what's the benefit of having a blade spin fully?
Well, it acts a little bit more like a hatchet, and if you didn't have the blade spin, if you hit something immovable, or even when you hit trees, you want that thing to give a little bit. We're using the mass of the blade to transfer the energy to the tree. So this is a very thick and wide piece of AR400 steel that's got a bevel on both sides. There's 4 of these blades on the perimeter, so they're the primary cutting tools.
Now, is that a dual-sided blade or is that a single-sided?
Yeah, it's dual. So
I mean, does that rotate all the way around that blade?
Oh yes, 360 degrees. There's a cavity in here.
So as that's spinning, that whips the blades out, and then as they hit a tree, the give is in the blade then at that point. Right.
The blade carrier is about 700 pounds, and so once that gets spinning, you have a lot of energy there. It doesn't slow down as much. That's the benefit.
Right.
So when, you keep the speed up, the energy up, and you just keep right on mowing.
So you knocked this tree down. Look at the size of this tree, guys. That's a full-grown popple tree. And that's a brush mower. That's not a forestry mulcher, that's a brush mower. And so I see you've also got the bar on the front to push the debris over.
Yep, and the deck is kind of got a funnel shape to it, so as you're driving into brush and debris, it'll gather it towards the center where it's going to be doing the mulching and cutting.
What is the gallons per minute you need to run this?
Well, there's 2 different ranges. So I think the first one was about 25 to 33 or so, and then 34, 36, all the way up beyond 40. So there's 2 different motor sizes that we offer.
Okay, what is this one set up at?
This one is set up for the lower range.
So you want to rent this attachment, you own a skid loader. Will the average skid loader run this attachment?
Typically no. You know, we're going to say 25 gallons a minute. If you had like say 23, it would definitely spin it, and you could probably do some mowing with it, but the kind of performance, you're going to be a little disappointed.
So your disc RPM wouldn't be there.
Right.
But when you have it married perfectly together, then what happens?
Yeah, well, with this particular mower, it feels like you can't stop it. You just keep driving into brush, piles and piles of brush, and it just keeps on going. This piston motor really delivers on the performance.
You need a bigger, tougher machine to do the job the right way.
And the weight of this unit, I think, is over 2,000 pounds too, so that alone requires a fairly heavy machine to carry it.
Yeah, you could just see that as the machine was pulling it off. It didn't feel as tippy as the forestry mulcher, but it's definitely the heaviest brush hog that I've ever seen. So when you need to service your machine, you have an access panel right here.
And again, a motor cover on top here that can just simply be unbolted.
Then you have access to your motor here. I guess the point I'm trying to get to is there's a definite line of separation from the motor and the upper components, so nothing's going to work its way up in here. Right. You're going to get debris in here because of the operations that you're doing. You know, you're going to eventually, some stuff will fall in here, and really it's sealed pretty well. But underneath is where if you're going to get anything clogged up, that's where it's going to happen. Right. What else should we know about a brush mower like this?
Well, this brush mower again is run with a piston style motor.
Is that a direct drive?
Yes. Yep. So the motor is bolted right to the bearing carrier, and in this case we're using a little bit different style of piston. It's a radial style piston motor, so they have even higher torque response at low speeds. So you'll notice that even on startup, there's a lot of power there right away, and they again can handle very high pressures and flow rates, so they're very robust. So these are carbide tipped, like stump grinding teeth, and they're replaceable. They're bolted into the disc. That'll help mulch the tree stump or whatever debris underneath.
So this is a brush mower, but you're going to be able to grind some small.
Right. So you're taking out larger trees with this. You want to try to grind that stump down flush. Mm-hmm. This is what's going to do it. These teeth right here. So again, carbide tips, so they're really hard. They're going to last a long time. You can hit some rocks and still stand up to that. They're small and cheap and easy to replace with a wrench. So if you do bang a few up, you can just rotate them out or replace them. So there's some wear plate on here to help protect the bolt heads from wear and from hitting rocks and such. And it also stiffens the perimeter of the disc. So this edge of the disc here is doubled up top and bottom. Okay. And most of this disc is made out of grade 80 material, so it's extremely high strength. You know, we got some rasp bars again here to try to keep debris from clogging up. We have some structure up around the disc here that keeps it from plugging, so that's going to keep debris from jamming on top of the disc. And then again, the structure underneath here is built for strength.
So one of the things that it says right on the top of it is warning, forestry door, forestry kit, level 2 falling object protection.
Stan just read you the safety warning? I think that's the first one he's read in his life.
Like I said in the cab, you do need a forestry door, which is a plexiglass. What is it made out of, Shane?
Polycarbonate. Some of them are laminated polycarbonate and Lexan. Okay. So there's strength and also durability built in.
So that's for the door. Yep. You need a forestry kit, which is the light protection. Yep. And then what else is in a forestry kit?
Usually there's a level 2 FOPS, so falling object protection, and that's bolted onto the top of the cab.
This is a level 1. We covered this in another video, but if you guys are watching this separate than our forestry video, this is level 1. Level 2 is actually just extra protection on top of that.
For even heavier objects. I've heard of branches coming off and piercing the top of the cab. And so it's not just large heavy objects, but even objects that are shaped, you know, like projectiles, they're going to fall on top of you. You want that extra protection, even for doing some of the smaller jobs. So
also, when you guys are working, whether it's with a forestry mulcher or a brush mower like this, stand back, because these things are going to throw debris. I mean, pretty far. I mean, it's the nature of the beast, right? You've got a large opening right here to suck everything in, but you're also sucking it in one side and casting it out the other side.
Yes, you know, you're pushing over 200 miles an hour at the tip, so if you catch a piece of debris just right and fling it, we're warning people to stay back 300 feet. That's not a lie.
So this thing is sucking and blowing at the same time. I'm trying to say it with a straight face, but giggity, giggity, giggity. So as this thing is rotating around, it's going to suck everything in this side, and then it's going to also blow it out, not on the bottom, because it doesn't have a chute on the bottom, so it's going to take it in there and cast it out over here, right? So it's going to be like a vortex.
Yeah, and the stump grinder teeth are going to pick some stuff up too. I
was a break dancer in the 80s. One thing that I'm going to tell you right off the bat is this is, like I said, the heaviest duty one I've ever seen. Hands down, the biggest, baddest, beefiest mama that I've ever seen for a brush hog. I tend to abuse the crap out of them, making them do things that they shouldn't be doing, so yeah, I'm going to definitely need the forestry kit on this, for sure. All right, the next thing we're gonna be doing, guys, is putting these to the test. What are we waiting for? Let's just do this thing. That's a brush cutter. Well, we attempted to destroy it. We took it right through. I mean, we mulched up a log. If you're just going to use it like you mean it and abuse it, I think it can handle it.
Yep.
As a brush mower, I think it's going to handle just about anything you can throw at it if it can handle going through the middle of the woods. You're very talkative, Shane.
I know.
God bless you guys. Go get them. Okay, so Shane just, hi, hi, I love gimbals. Giggity, giggity, giggity.